Get you covered. So this is pretty exciting. Well, Jackson, he put some extra work on this hot rod. We got the Part Shop Max Z32 calipers on there. The rears aren't on, that's fine. We're still waiting on a piece to show up, but yeah, we got the fronts on there, the proper brakes, super lightweight little package. It's really sick. Get back on there. And then yeah, he even went through and hooked up the Alaritech dual brake master setup, which is cool. It's got this little pivoting arm here. Gives really good leverage. Gives 2 masters, so you can dial in the front versus the rear really well. You can use this balance bar and really fine tune the front versus the rear. Steering rack and column is in. Yeah, you find some winners?
Did.
Yeah, and so now we're just throwing a set of our Motegi's and GTs on here for its first downing.
First time
I was gonna say not outing, so it's
first
not an outing.
outing.
First downing. Yeah.
This thing's been on wheels since
We're going to Downingtown, dude. That's where I was born.
D-Town down, dude.
D-Town and down. Yeah, I got the fuel cell in there. It's looking sick. Little Optima battery case. We should drop some batteries in there, dude. I'm gonna put some batteries in this thing before you're done over there. Yeah. Active toe.
Yeah.
See if I can do this with one arm. Really hurt myself.
I'll do it.
Oh, too late. There we go. Putting the Z, putting bones on the ground. We're going to confiscate this lift because the 240 is about to get a major upgrade. You could almost say it's 2 major upgrades. We are going to be at Grid Life Road America, but Jackson is going to be driving this car out at HotPit round 3. So we did HotPit round 1 and round 2, did Drift League round 1, and so while we're at Grid Life Road America, Jackson's gonna be driving in HotPit round 3. But the problem we continue to face with this thing, ever since we put the electric fans on, because I built this whole setup to be mechanically fan driven, which is why it's so close to the engine. I push everything back to have a safety cushion, and I wanted to have it run off the mechanical fan because this thing never had heating issues before. But then the fan, like for whatever the reason, I'm not quite sure, but the fan, we started to get like contact with the fan and the rad. And so I tried new rad, new fan, blah, 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 and it just continued to make contact and put holes in the radiator. Big pain in the butt. So we put electric fans on. However, these little slim fans, as most of you guys know, they don't really cool that well. So we were getting a lot of overheating issues at the previous events. Jackson fighting for his life out there, and I'm chasing him down with a spray bottle the whole time. We're literally just trying to cool this car down more than anything else. We're not even changing tires on it. We're just spraying it down in between battles. So everything has been pretty good. So what we are going to do is rip that front setup out and do a V-mount. Pretty stoked on it. I haven't done a V-mount since 2004 when I first did my SR powered Z. We put a V-mount on that. And so what a V-mount is, it's going to take the radiator and the intercooler, and we're going to mount the intercooler flat here, and we're going to put the radiator at an angle down that way. Basically coming out to the front end, and it's going to make a V shape, which gets air to both the intercooler and the radiator collectively instead of having it all stacked up. It's also going to allow us much more room to have a much bigger fan on that rad because it's going to be laying at a 45-degree angle and not press right up against the engine. So we're trying to not reinvent the wheel here, even though a V-mount setup sounds like we are. What I'm saying is the way that I did this crash structure or support structure, we'd have to cut that all out if we were to do the rad just a little forward to have bigger fans on it. So I think it's almost going to be more fun and even arguably easier to do the V-mount, and it's gonna look super sick. It's like super JDM, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Correct.
Right? Yeah. We're gonna put Bones on the ground for his first downing, and we're gonna put the 240 up on the lift for a week, and we're gonna build a V-mount for it.
Yep. All right, she's good to go.
All right.
Look at this little guy.
Look at that little dude.
It's so crazy when you actually put a car back down and you realize how small these cars are.
Yeah.
You've been working on it.
Yeah, they've been up in the air their entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got that Prospect toe set up in the rear, dude.
Yeah, dude.
All right. We have liftoff. Like I was explaining, with the V-mount setup, first we're gonna do, pull the intercooler out. Our oil cooler, I have that mounted to the intercooler. Not the best, not ideal. You know, this is like a quick move on there, so gonna pull the oil cooler off, or maybe we'll just sling that out of the way. Pull the intercooler out, drain the radiator out, and get that pulled out. And start kind of laying some pieces in there and getting an idea on how it's gonna go. Hey, check out that catfish, dude. Mom.
On the live stream, I think they said it was like a child eater. Like, swallow up small children.
Dude, it's something, I'll tell you what. Well, it's about to have a lot of cooling in it, so.
It is. It's gonna be very functional.
Yeah, now it's gonna look great. Yeah, we're gonna mount that thing right to here. Got some toasty wires here, dude. Going the old-fashioned way. The junkyard special. It's all good. We're gonna have to rewire it on a different wire. So we'll cut it right behind the connector. This is gonna get a nice new connector, and it's gonna run down to that fan, which is gonna be down yonder-ish way. So you said you were very successful last time you drained this thing, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Very successful. It might be on video.
It has a drain.
It does.
Yeah. So what you do is move it back so you can access the drain. So that's the key.
Is the drain on the bottom? Like straight on the bottom?
Yeah. Oh my God, it's loose.
No. Are you serious? No.
It's just my incredible strength, brother.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, you know.
Obviously. It's just as good as a day at...
Okay, and now, yeah, get ready.
Oh, yeah.
Release. All right, so now I got wet, dirty hand. Hit these hoses while that guy finishes up.
Hit these hoses.
All right, keep it leaned, keep it leaned.
Yep.
That's like my biggest mistake. Take it out like, all right!
Lean it the other way.
Dump it immediately on my feet.
Perfect.
Go, I love wet socks. All right,
Thanks.
instead of like redoing all of this, like we got our nice bumper mount, tower support, fender support, all of this. So what I want to do is lay this guy out of the way. Oh God! We're gonna cut these tabs off, smooth that off. Probably gonna have to lose these, and we can move these pins to like over here. And now, your hands are probably gorgeous. Let's wash our hands and then I'm gonna show you what I'm thinking. See, what I was thinking was, use this guy for mock-up, we'll get another one new, lob those tabs off, and I wanna go like, basically right where the tabs are.
Yeah.
You know, like kind of right in my way. How about this? First things first, let's cut those tabs.
Cut those tabs,
It's
yeah.
gonna help
I
us
think
a
so.
lot. These are way in my way right now.
We'll get
We're
way
not
more
gonna use
space.
All right, our newest conundrum is trying to find the best radiator setup to fit in here. We don't want to run that one, you know, because it's downflow, not dual pass, inlet out on the same side. This big fan setup that we have is the same that we use on our Infinity. Let's get that big dual pass rad. That's what I wanted to put in here, but it's kind of, seems like there's a lot of room until you put the things in there.
Yeah.
So.
Takes up that room quick.
Yeah, so now we're like, okay, maybe not V-mount, maybe like stacked, but with the bigger, better dual pass here, and take this tube out and intercooler up here a little forward to give some airflow. Gonna have a think about it and come back, but I think we're definitely gonna cut this bar out, maybe even cut this one out and redo that down lower. So that gives us a little more working space up in this area. But yeah. We need to come up with some better options because the one that I was thinking I don't think is going to work as well. That dual pass rad is a little too long and too thick to fit here without this being like so propped up in this opening, and then the whole thing starts to stack up really high, and then by the time you get up to here we are running out of space for the intercooler. So, gonna have to have a think on this one. Yeah, so.
Thinking hard.
Here we go. We'll figure it out. Dude, cracking one open?
Yeah.
Going for the sour?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That's the go-to for me, dude.
Sonic sour.
Yeah, if you look behind this facade of a fully stocked fridge,
there's a bit of a gap back
there's
there.
a hole, but yeah, you look at the other ones, it's
I
like...
can tell, yeah. Come on, this is my favorite one, dude. Let me see.
original
Yeah,
goes
okay,
hard, man.
okay, yeah. Original does go hard, you know? I mean, I'm not gonna...
Sonic sour is the king, though.
I'm not gonna... Oh, Jesus. Oh, cheers, brother.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, all right. Getting to her. But no, yeah, this little angly job is, that really brought her home. You know, a little more room, it's good. While those old bosses on, it's good.
More power around.
Yeah. Yeah, see, we didn't get to show the first stroke that happened today. Or last night. And that was, I don't know if I can single-handedly. I'm doing it. Right there.
What are you talking about?
Where you cut the tube.
Everything looks
Where you
fine.
cut the tube short.
What are you talking about?
And then had to weld it back together.
No. Maybe.
He
No.
tried to go between the frame rails, cut the tube before he thought about it, realized he had to go under the frame rail, had to weld it back together.
Well, you know what the funny thing is? I told myself this before I went to sleep last night. I was like, you know what? That weld is probably the strongest section on that whole tube. So.
Yeah. All right, yeah, and then we gotta cut those tabs back off, and we're gonna mount that intercooler up, because the one that I ordered isn't here yet, so Jackson brought the one off of his car, because he wants to do a different core on his car that he's getting built. So, not getting built, building. You're building, you're not getting it built. Rebuilding, redoing, upgrading. So, a Michimoto intercooler, 240's not scared of that, so we're getting a bit of an upgrade. We're going 4-inch now for, you know, the extra 50 horsepower we're making. Yeah, because this is like the 3-inch one. It's also the different style core as well. So I ordered a new one, an S line. That's the M line. I don't think it's gonna be here in time, so Jackson brought his 4-inch, so now we're getting a bit of an upgrade, because that core is like just really finned up, damage from rocks chasing nerds around for the past
Long time.
that intercooler's been on this car since 2009. So
Oh, brother.
that's what I'm saying.
That's a few rocks.
It's a couple of rocks. I swear 09, if not 2014, because that's when it got the full redo with the front end.
So
The
either
tube.
10 years or 15.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Either way, because the car was first built in 09 with the KA, the turbo kit, and everything else, and then in 2014 is when I sectioned off the front end over at MA Motorsports, and Dylan and I built the tube front end on this one and got rid of all that crushed up stamped metal. Anyway, long time.
Like it.
But yeah, no, I think, yeah, because you got zero room here on the sides.
Those are 2 different nuts. So.
Yeah, well, there's that too, but it's touching the bolts, not the nuts. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Nobody's symmetrical. Have you ever seen those things where they make your face symmetrical?
Oh, it's terrible.
It's weird.
Because the leaning it over too, it lost. They were gonna be on a little bit of an upturn anyways when I welded them. I think when I welded this.
I'm saying, like, yeah, so let's get the rough gauge on there. Cut the tab. Go straight off of the end of that. And that'll raise it that distance.
Did you just go flush with that square bar or go a little bit higher than that?
No, it'll go flush with the bottom.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and just like let that dictate it. Yeah.
There's 2 problems we're going.
Yeah, so like just sit it on there, like, yeah, cut your distance, sit it on there, tack it, and then we can, you know, bend it down to be the angle that we want.
Yeah.
You know, so like with 2 tacks, we can get that thing level. We can do it real quick and easy. Like we don't have to stress out too much about this. Get this knocked out. See, I'm trying to tell Jackson we're gonna do smash tube intercooler mounts. He's like, that's gross. Like, actually, it's freaking awesome if you do it right. So yeah, little rounder edge. So we got a little tube over here we're chopping up right now. So found one little drop of exactly the size we need. Cut faster. There we go. So now we got this guy. Yeah, see, right there, right. Now, Smash! That's a... Oh, nope. Hang on. It's so hard to do things with one hand. I hope you guys appreciate this. Doing a 1-inch smash ratio. Big smash. Oh, that would have been slick. Smash tube.
Big smash.
I'm just gonna bend that back out because it bent a little bit. Drill a hole around the edges. Cool. Yeah, dude, look at that.
It's not because we get.
Look at that.
I need to bend it a little bit.
Okay.
I don't want to do it on here.
Yeah, definitely don't. These are looking good, these little mounty boys. And then we'll get those welded on, and intercores, you know, tacked, pull the intercore out, weld all four, done. Oh, dude, look at my, oh my God, I just welded that.
You just welded that. Right
I know,
there, right?
I definitely did not do that one.
No, that was Chris. I saw it with my own 2 eyes.
All right, so everything's tacked.
Yeah.
So removal.
I'm hoping to make everything connect.
Yeah, let's make some stuff, because I'm leaving in like
power hour, dude!
45 minutes, brother.
Yeah!
So I told you, I was like, dude, you got me for 2 hours. Let's knock some stuff out.
Chris, stretch the hose. Get it.
So, all right, let's make some stuff. Let's pop this guy back on. Oh my, whoa. Oh yeah, because the bottom needs the thing. So, dude, look at that. All right, we're gonna clock the turbo down a little bit. We've been fitting some tubes. It's so funny that lower radiator hose, all we did was flip it around and it fit better. So yeah, little upside down twisty action and she's on. So this is our 2 3/4 to 2 1/2 adapter. So we got that guy on there, and then we're gonna, you know, same thing on this side. Cut these little end pieces off. This is my pointer. I'm also holding my cut line. Gonna cut these little end pieces off and then weld our 2 1/2 inch little cast 90s on there. We got a whole pile of pipes to make our little connection right there. And then this guy, as we mentioned, is short, of course. So I'm gonna cut this guy right in the middle on this straight little section. So it's gonna come off the engine, do its little 80-degree bend, cut it right there, and we're gonna drop a straight piece of aluminum so it lands right here.